Hi, Bob Huddinga here. I've been a physician assistant for over 50 years. The last 25 years I've spent in integrative medicine. Early on, I recognized that much of what we were doing was not very effective for helping people to get better. So we started exploring a variety of things: homeopathy, herbs, oils, supplements, massage, energy medicine, all kinds of things to try to help people get better faster. And in reality, it's actually a little embarrassing because much of what we were doing was not very effective. Recently, however, we've discovered a system that has been quite effective. And I'm going to show you a video now that will explain much of what we're doing and the results that people have been seeing. So tune in and learn more.
So it's been about 14 months that I decided. I was very skeptic at first. Of course, you have all these snake oils out there, and it just your guard's up. So I researched it for a while, and I kept watching and doing more research. And finally, I told my wife, Melissa, is like, I think I want to try this. I mean, I was overweight, struggled with weight. I had severe arthritis, terrible gout. I suffered from gout flare-ups for about 15 years, crippling gout in my feet, hands, and elbows. And then my blood pressure, of course, every year just kept getting higher and higher and higher. Of course, the doctor would put me on medication. Then next checkup, well, it's a little better, but then the next appointment it would be higher, so they would double my medication. They just every time would just increase the medication, wouldn't give me any hope. It was just, okay, we'll just give you some more medication. I know that, I just knew I couldn't go on this way anymore. I was having terrible migraine headaches. I mean, it was on a weekly basis. I would just, where I have to lock myself in a dark room and just be quiet, just almost make you sick to your stomach. They were just terrible. Then at night, acid reflux was just through the roof. I mean, no matter what I ate, I just could not get relief. Over the counter would work for a little bit, and then pretty soon I was taking double the over counter recommended dosage, and then pretty soon that wouldn't work anymore. And then you get a prescription, and that wouldn't work anymore. So it was just, I was at the end of my rope. Then what the straw that broke the camel's back was I started having foot and ankle pain, so severe that I was having to get protozoan injections multiple times a year to just to be able to function and walk. I mean, it was, I was 50 years old, and I'm like, I'm pretty much crippled. And we live in a tri-level house, with a lot of stairs. Got to walk stairs, and it was just everything I could do just to make it around inside my house. And I was like, something's got to go. So
and grandkids, you have to run after.
Grandkids, yeah, definitely. We all know their energy levels, and I just couldn't keep up. So I was with Walt. Same thing, as I wanted to be around for them, and so I decided I found this protocol, and I told my wife, I was like, look, what do we got to lose? It's 90-day money back guaranteed. Everything, it's all natural. There's no side effects. Any medication can be taken with. Let's give it a shot. So we both decided to give it a shot, and like I said, it's been a true blessing. The last say 14 months now. Well, I noticed within a few weeks, my acid reflux was completely gone. Sleep patterns improved. Moods really improved, especially hers. but no, and then my arthritis was diminishing. Gout was gone. So I just pretty much threw all those medications in the trash. I was on 6 different medications, and I currently today I take 0. No medications. My blood pressure unmedicated, I was like 175 over 130, 125. Now it's running 110 over 60, and no medications.
Wow.
It's just been a blessing, and I was 235 pounds at my highest, and then now I'm 165 pounds.
My goodness.
I eat more now than I did in high school. My metabolism's through the roof. My metabolism's reset. It's unbelievable once your body gets what it needs, the natural, nutrients and vitamins and fiber, that how it your body reacts to it. And it's almost like I'm back in my teenage years now. And I'm 55 actually in 2 days. So
Nice. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday in 2 days. I love it.
I have more energy now than I did in my 20s.
Yeah.
And that's not exaggerating. So it's been a
Wonderful.
godsend. Yeah.
And I love your story, Rob, where you went from, I don't know if I can walk around my house. If you can understand that, can you imagine being a 54-year-old person and thinking, I don't know if I can walk around my house, to this person I got to see in Las Vegas, buzzing around, completely free use of your body. And you're just both an amazing couple. And I'm so grateful that you got on and shared. Some people are here saying like, well, what did you like? Tell me what you, there's some happy birthday messages too in the chat. Did you do anything special when you did the system? Did you just follow the system, or did you do something extraordinary?
Yeah, I was never a really big snacker, but when I ate, I would eat. I would eat junk food. I wouldn't eat properly. Still, I mean, that's what was easy to start the protocol was, which you don't have to really totally upset all your eating habits. You can just kind of implement this tea and fiber into your daily routine, and then it seems like via osmosis that just changes. Your eating habits improve, your mindset, your healthy attributes. Just it seems like they just via osmosis they just as change. And like you didn't have a choice, you just automatically notice like, oh wow, I'm getting it, so
Eating healthier now.
yeah. But yeah, she's got a pretty good story about the eating habits.
Yeah, I was the cookie monster.
Tell us about you. Tell us about your experience.
So I was overweight, and then I had terrible eating habits, but being a mom and then grandkids, you eat everything that's they're eating it, you're eating it, and just over time gaining and then not really being able to lose. Then here's my grandkids and trying to run after them, not even realize like, oh, I have arthritis too. And it's like after taking the tea, I was like, man, there's a lot of things that I actually did have, not even thinking that, I was overweight. My sleeping patterns were like 4 hours a day. And then after drinking the tea, I was like, I can't believe I'm getting like, 8 hours of sleep, continuous sleep, and, snoring. I don't believe that. But, and heartburn, I'd always get it at night, and, that went away. And I was like, man, this stuff is really amazing. And we continue to do it. Like my brain fog was, I'm older. So, brain, the older you get, the more stress you get. But I was like, man, that's, I was getting, clarity. My mood was getting better. Don't listen to him because, he'll probably say, but
he says he also agrees that your mood got better, that you just feel better overall, right? You went from, with you and I are a similar age, so we're both in this kind of perimenopause, menopause stage, and it's a tough time. It's a tough time in life. Yes. And what this does is it helps you with the menopause symptoms and the menopause mood. That was a big game changer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was getting like snippy as much. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm more level.
Yeah.
Not like things would bother me before. I'm like, I was like, that does help my mood. It's like I'm like a lifer for this,
Mm-hmm. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. If you have someone who's kind of on the fence, like you were saying, like, hey, what have we got to lose 14 months later? One of the things that I love that we found about the systems, for us is 3 years later, is this is just easy to use. You don't get, sometimes when people use a weight loss injection at the 18-month mark, it stops working. This doesn't stop working. This always keeps working.
Yeah. And I also had lost, that wasn't really my big intention, but I was like, I knew I was overweight, but I had lost 55 pounds even, doing this. So I was like, hey, that's, amazing. Even, going from a extra large to 2X large shirt to now I'm like, small on most of them, pant size. You do have to get a new wardrobe.
That's right. One of the side effects, there's no side effects, no contraindications, meaning there's no medication that you can't mix with, but you will have to buy new clothes.
Yes.
When you use the system, you're going to need a new belt and you're going to need new pants. And if you keep wearing your extra large shirt, you're going to look dumpy. So you have to get the correct clothing size.
Well, one thing you mentioned, Anne-Marie, is just our family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would walk into a place and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, we need to talk to you."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Well, what? We want to know what you're doing." I mean, you wouldn't say a word,
No.
and they just haven't seen us in like a month, and they would just be shocked and like, "We want to know."
Yeah.
So we would like, "Well, this is what we're doing," and then we would share, our referral code, and it's like, here's our referral code, get you the best price.
Mm-hmm.
And we signed up, and I bet you we've referred close to 20 people now and everyone has a similar story. Yeah. Everyone's having similar results, and just they can't believe how easy it is and how sustainable and portable it is. Like you go on vacation, you take it with you. It's so.
And
pop the packets in. That's so true. It makes it the easiest thing in the world to do around. And I promise you, I've used this all over the world. I traveled the world, and there's no place that this is inconvenient. It's convenient. It's the most convenient thing to do everywhere. So thank you so much for sharing your story.
After listening to that, I'm sure you have lots of questions. You can send me a PM on Facebook Messenger or comment below, and I will send you some additional information. Thank you and have a great day.